Good evening, students. I am speaking today about African American reparations. By show of hands, how many people in here know how long slavery actually lasted? No, I kind of figured. Slavery lasted a little bit over 200 years. On April 16th, 1862, there was a Compensated Emancipation Act. The act was to begin the process of ending slavery. In Washington, D.C., slave owners were compensated $300 per slave to end slavery. By this time, slave owners had already made $85 billion off of slaves. So not only had they already made millions of generational wealth for slavery, they were compensated for ending slavery. So they were paying reparations for ending slavery in Washington, D.C. I believe that due to slavery, systematic discrimination that still happens today, that Americans need to be aware of not only the sufferings that Blacks have experienced due to slavery, but the injustices we still experience today. I think that a lot of people believe that slavery is over, get over it. There's a lot of successful Black people in America. Why are you guys still complaining about it? My name is Shernay King. Obviously, I'm an African American. I have personally been called racial slurs. I have a son who's 16. When we go places, he's getting pretty tall. I do notice a lot of white people who get intimidated and nervous by him. He's literally been followed around the store before to make sure that he doesn't steal anything. I ask today that you truly take awareness to what's going on. I think a lot of times people in our society they see like rappers and athletes. Sorry, I'm doing it too. They see like rappers and athletes and they're like, why are Black people still mad? Y'all have so much money in your community. What are you angry about? And actually, we have been paid reparations before. In the 1970s, there was an experiment done called the Tuskegee experiment, and Black men were given syphilis in order to test the symptoms of syphilis. So they literally were given syphilis and they didn't heal them. They just wanted to see what it would do. The survivors of that and their families were paid reparations. My problem with injustice that's going on in America today, discrimination against African Americans, is that the yearly median household income for a white family, including assets, savings, and debts, is $171,000. For a Black household, it's $17,000. So for every 100 white dollars, there's 5 Black dollars. So for every white person that has $100, a Black person has $5. So I believe that if reparations was paid to the Black community in way of health care, free college tuition, and land, it would help bridge that economic gap. I mean, $171,000 compared to $17,000, that is a humongous gap, and it's due to slavery. The way the slave masters were able to build generational wealth. So for hundreds of years, you have a society of people making millions of dollars off the backs of slaves. So today, according to Gene Demby, who wrote the article for People of Color, housing market partially hidden from view, discrimination against Blacks when being hired for jobs has been the same within the last 25 years. So it hasn't budged. So you would look at society and think it has budged. So my call to action is that we get petitions going around, we get petitions signed, and when you see these petitions, I ask that you please sign the petition and make yourself really aware and research the struggles that's going on in the Black community economically and politically. What did I want to say? I had something else I want to say, but I can't remember, so thank you.